Give it a second to spin up, Matthew, and then you can get started.
Okay. So it's okay.
Yep, you're good to go. And Greenleaf Utah says bonjour.
Bonjour. So this will be in English, but at any time you can intervene in French. It will be a pleasure to speak French with you guys. As you know, it's my first language. Um, Welcome to this new edition of the Basement Sale. What's the Basement Sale? Well, over the last few weeks, I've been showing you guys live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of the works that I accumulated over the years. I've been painting for 20 years, so my basement is full of paintings from many different styles. Um, and because we're renovating the kitchen right now, I really need to make some space and clean up. And so also, I just don't want to get rid of them. I mean, there are really good works in there. It's just that the style is very different from what I'm doing right now. This is why I don't show it very often, but I'm going to show it now. So if there's something that interests you, that really attracts you, please tell me, write a comment, email me, whatever. It's really easy to reach me. And these works, I'm selling them for ridiculous prices. Basically, it's like a small work would be like $300, a bigger one 400, larger one 500, and and the shipping is on top. But I mean, I'm not doing any money with the shipping. It's just what it costs me. I charge you, and that's it. So it's pretty high. You can't go lower than that. I mean, this is just, and also the reason why I'm doing it is because there are some really good works, and I would much prefer to have them hanging on your walls than sitting in my basement waiting for whatever retrospective exhibition. I don't know. So the best is for you to enjoy it, to enjoy it. So. I'm gonna talk about the birds a little bit. First, I did this series of birds because as a teenager I really loved birds, and it's really nice because the door of the studio is open and I can hear birds outside. I don't know if if you can hear them, but so it's so appropriate. Uh, I love birds, and I wanted to do paintings. They're all on raw linen, and I wanted to do paintings where there would be a sort of contrast between the birds and some very down to earth objects, some heavy objects. So the birds, represent the freedom, the spirit. I can show you one. This one I showed last week or the week before. It's a blue jay, and there's a plane. It's a real plane. You can see, so it's three-dimensional. It's a real plane. So there's a contrast between the painted bird and the object. And what I did is I went to an antique shop and I just bought an old box of old objects, some of which I really don't know what they're used for. I think they have to do with horse carriages, stuff like that. I have no idea. But there are really nice rusty metal objects that I found would make a really nice contrast with the birds. So I have four of them that are framed here. I can show them to you. They are available. So if you're interested, this is a blue jay with the plane. And the way they're done is it's basically a plywood. It's a fancy plywood. It's not your regular plywood. It's a Russian cherry wood plywood with some linen mounted on it. It's mounted with rabbit skin glue, which is a traditional glue in painting. Um, whenever I say rabbit skin glue, people are like what is it? Yeah, I don't use it anymore since I turned vegan. I don't use it, but it's basically, animal skin have this collagen. I don't know if you say that in English, but it's a very strong glue. You have to heat it when you apply it, so it's a bit of a fuss to use, but it's a very traditional medium. So So this is basically linen canvas mounted on cherry wood plywood with rabbit skin glue, and then the objects are either glued or screwed. And these are framed, so we just made a regular shadow box in oak with a masonite on the back. So these four ones are framed. So there's a blue jay, there's a northern flicker. I'm gonna show it. Um, but all of the other ones are not framed. I'm gonna show that to you too. There's a baby bird, baby bird, kind of cute. Well, no feathers, but still. And then this one is snow mountain. So I showed that last week, and they are still available. So if you're interested, this one has the object is kind of scary, like a hook. I think it has to do with horse carriages. I don't know. So we'll start with the other ones. I have a whole box of them. So I'm gonna pick the first one.
And this is work number one, Matthew.
Yeah, this is number one. This is a thrush, and people who don't speak English as a first language always have trouble with the th, like because it doesn't exist in French. So thrush. Hope I pronounce well. Just as you guys have trouble pronouncing R's in French, like anyway, I find that funny. Okay, so this one is available too with the horseshoe. Maybe I can show it closer so you can see the details.
That's a really cool angle. You should do that on every one.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, so you can see the details.
And what would you normally sell this for?
The regular price would be like close to 2,000, but now I'm willing to give it away for like 400 plus shipping. So
And
that's
you should say too that they could to inquire. I mean, we have the banner going on Facebook and YouTube, but it's not going on Instagram. They can send you an email, they can send you an Instagram DM, a Facebook message, a Facebook comment. The timestamps will be honored, first come, first serve. So if somebody inquired,
yeah.
Okay.
Also, so these are not framed. So you see the plywood there. I offer people to frame them, to add a small, nice frame in ash wood if you want, and some masonite in the back. So I could do this for like $50 for a small one, 75 for a larger one. So this one would be like $75. Also, all the dollars that I talked about are Canadian dollars. So if you're in the US, this is like 75%. Um, so if I say like $100 for you, it's $75.
Okay.
So that was number one. Also, these numbers are for Instagram because each work I don't want to get confused. I want the bird with the red tail or something like that because I have like 20 birds. So
Could you turn the numbers just a little bit more towards the Instagram phone?
Oh yeah, sure. Like this.
Yep, a little bit more. Done.
Okay. So number three is
Number two.
Oreo. I'm gonna show it closer. Are you a baseball fan, Patrick?
A little bit. I like the Orioles. Cal Ripken.
I think baseball is so boring. It's like when did they start to warm up? You really don't know. So that's number two. Number three. Oh yeah, a morning dove. So this one is larger, and the object it has, I really don't know what it's used for. Looks like something from a blacksmith, maybe. If you have any ideas what it is, you can write them in the comment section. And these birds, we find a lot of them here. They have a really sad song. And also, this is using, I think I used silver paint here. So it's sort of iridescent. All right, so this was number 3. Now to number 4. Yeah, number 4 is a larger one. Also, a morning
John said
dog.
it's a welding iron.
Welding iron.
Iron.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's used to heat the welding parts. Yeah. So another dove here, morning dove, and this is with I guess it's a plane, like it's used to level some wood planks. Carpenters use that. And there's a moon, so then we can show the object. Now we have electrical tools, so we don't need those. But they're nice. So that was number 4. I did one which was really, really striking. It was sold right away. It was a hummingbird on a machete. So a very fragile hummingbird and a very sort of aggressive, because it was used in the Rwanda genocide. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of violence tied to this object. So the hummingbird, the machete that was a good one. Now we are at number 5, bigger one. It's a barred owl.
What is that underneath?
That's a Banksia nut. It's a nut from a plant in Australia. It's used in wood turning. It's very hard. It's like it's wood, and it's really impressive. Like you can show it from closer. I don't know if you
Yeah.
get it
Oh, wow.
on Instagram. Yeah, it's a really nice nut, and it's called Banksia nut because I think one of the first settlers was some guy named Bank, and so they gave his name to this nut in Australia. Also, there's a cross.
And Matthew, to stop you for a second, Agnes Ravine is asking how much for number 4. She probably just popped on late, so you might want to explain how that goes.
Well, you can make me an offer. As I said before, like a few $100 is fine with me. I just want to send them away into the world. So like 400, 500, that's fine for me. We can chat about prices later, but if you're interested in anything, just message me. And so barred owl. So I have a cross here. Quebec was very religious up to the 60s, very religious, very Catholic. So the cross is pretty much everywhere here. So it's a pretty a pretty strong symbol. Like on Mount Royal, there's a cross illuminated at night. So that was number 5, the barred owl. It's a really interesting bird, like very calm. Number 6. Yeah, that was number 5.
And Steve was asking, isn't Banksia Australian? And that was the nut on the last one. And you mentioned it is Australian.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So they sell these nuts in specialized wood shops. So where they sell very fancy woods from all over the world. As I said, it's used in wood turning. but it's really a nice. It's strange. It looks like a nest of something. So here's the rough grouse. Also has a Banksia nut and some dripping all over it. I'll show it from closer. Some of them I used oil paint for the dripping, but this one I used encaustic. Encaustic is basically pigments in wax, in beeswax. So when you throw that, it instantly dries. It takes like 2 seconds. So you really have to be sure, like what color, what's the movement you want to create, because you can't correct it.
Wow. So it's beeswax to mix with the paint.
Mixed with yeah, encaustic is basically beeswax with pigments. Pigments is just a color, it's a powder that gives a color. So it's a mix. You heat it and then you throw it or you paint with it and you apply it, and within 1 or 2 seconds it dries. So it really doesn't allow you to correct, but it creates a texture, and it's really interesting to work with. Um, so that was the rough grouse. Number 6. Number 7 is the scarlet tanager. I never saw one of these birds. Um, I don't know if there are some that you see in California, but
I've not seen one either. It's beautiful.
yeah, it's really striking. We have lots of cardinals here, but scarlet tanager.
And then will you go close again? Did you paint on top? So you painted on top of the scissors.
Yes, I did. Yeah, yeah. How do you call that in English? The pause.
Yeah, whatever. On top of scissors.
Details. So and also there's like a metal ornament here. It's kind of nice. My mother has a few of these works all together. So she created a wall in the living room. So we have many birds and they're sort of looking at each other. Um, and I can hear the birds singing outside. I don't know if you hear them, but
We can hear them.
we can. Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay, this one, number 8, is the painted bunting. I learned that never. I didn't know it was called that. And there's a hammer, an old hammer. So um, the name of this bird in French is Pape de Louisiane. So it's Louisiana Pope. I think it's quite fun because of the colors, I guess. What do you think, Patrick?
Yeah, it's beautiful. The camera that you have is doing a really good job when you do the close-ups.
Okay, yeah, I can do more. But if I come too close, I'm not in the
Right there is about as close as you want to go, but the camera's
Okay.
really doing a good job. So just kind of move it up so we can see the hammer too. Yeah, it's really cool. And then don't forget Instagram.
Yeah, the phone too. Okay, so this was number 8. Number 9 is the sparrow.
One quick question, Matthew, on Agnes would like to know what was the size of number 7?
Number 7. I can measure it for you right now. It's 13 inches high by 10 inches wide.
13 by 10, if you couldn't hear that.
Yeah. That was number 7. Now we have the sparrow with a rusty shovel. I'll bring it closer to my phone.
And then, yeah, go up so we can see the shovel too. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't see many sparrows here right now. I think because there's so much um, there's so much products in the air, like pesticides. You don't find the insects they were eating. So that was number 9. Number 10 is also a sparrow, but this time with a piece of bark. So I think this is the first one I painted in this series. I'll show it to my phone.
What year were these painted, Matthew?
2007, 2008.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've painted birds, throughout the years. I mean, this is a very specific series with objects, but I've always painted birds. So this was number 10, little sparrow. Number 11, another thrush. Smaller one. Also, you can see.
Yeah, wow. Jumps off.
Yeah, this one comes out. That is number 11. Let's flush. Number 12 is another goldfinch. Goldfinch with a carabiner. I had to look that in the dictionary because
We say carabiner.
carabiner. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And what is the object on top?
This is just a decoration, little ornament, sort of like a rose window. We find lots of these birds here. They're really cute.
And Matthew, you're getting a question from Victoria on Instagram. She wants to know about number 11 and the size and price for this beauty, she says.
Okay. Well, size, I can tell you right now. I'm just going to pick a ruler.
Yeah, who knew? You need like a tool belt with like a tape measure just right on the side.
Yeah.
Break that in the future.
It would be a question. So it's 9-inch high by 8.5. So it's almost square. And for the price, if you can give me 300, that's perfect.
And you should mention that that's Canadian dollars.
Yeah, Canadian dollars. But Victoria, if it's the one that I know, Victoria Santana, she's a photographer in Canada, so she knows. There's a wasp right there. Okay.
No pressure. No pressure. It could be a murder hornet.
Yeah, because the door of the studio is open. So number 11, thrush, is, as I said, 9 inches by 8.5. And I can frame it really simply for a good price. So that was number 12, the goldfinch. Very cool bird. Let's move on. Oh yeah. This one has no object. It's just a duckling.
It's really cool texture on the material on top of the wood. Oh, it's a cute little duckling.
Yeah, I did some cute birds. not just crucifixions with very intense. So hummingbird, this is number 14,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. So it's a ruby throated hummingbird. No object on this one, but just the dripping. It's a very horizontal one. Yeah, really nice bird. I'm sure.
And Rosalia on Instagram is giving you love from Armenia.
Armenia, cool.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, it's nice to reach to so many people. In the last sales, I sold works to people in Northern Ireland, Mexico, Germany. So it's really nice what Instagram and all this allows. So this was number 14.
Yep.
And bird with some dripping. 15 is another hummingbird with sort of a nail.
What is the object?
It's a nail, I think. Well, I show it closer. It looks like a nail.
Yeah.
And I found that it was just like the trumpet of a daffodil or something, like a flower, but it's very hard and musty. Yeah.
Art for Life is asking what you call this particular style.
Laka. No, there's no name for it. I mean, it's just it's a series I did, and I called it. It's in French, oiseau matériaux, which means bird materials. So it's like a conjunction of birds and materials, because the birds, they represent this freedom, this spirit, this lightness, and also they have all these colors. And I wanted to oppose them with some very raw and rusty and old objects. So to have this sort of dichotomy in the works. So there's no name for it. It's just well, if you can find one, I'm free. I'm open to suggestions. So this hummingbird was number 15. We're getting to the end. This one is a Western tanager with, it looks like a spoon. I really have no idea what it is. I'll show it closer. So the bird is really nice, but then there's this sort of spoon. I don't know if you see it.
Yeah, we could see it. It's super interesting. And you painted on the spoon again. Wow.
Yeah, there's a star on the spoon. I'll show it closer on Instagram too. So I have absolutely no idea what it was used for, but I like the shape. I like that.
Jean will know, guaranteed.
Yeah, he's doing research right now.
He's an encyclopedia on standby.
He's on Google Imaging. Okay, so this was number 16. Western tanager. Number 17 is the crow, right? Yeah.
Crow with ornament.
Yeah, the crow is a big one. It's quite heavy, but it has strong impact because of this red dripping plastic.
So that's the beeswax again?
What?
Is that the beeswax paint again?
Yes, it is. And so that's the beeswax. There's a piece of exotic wood here. I don't remember what type, but it's a nice wood. And there's an ornament here. So there's.
And what wood is this one framed in? Do you know?
The frame?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all oak.
Okay.
John did these. Quite heavy. But I like it. I think it has a strong visual impact. It's red. So that was number 16.
17, I think.
Yeah, 17, you're right.
Mhm.
Good that I have you, because Last time I was so mixed up with all the numbers.
Yeah, no, I think your number game is on point.
Getting better. So number 18 is also a big one. It's another Oreo with some pincers. So there's a nice contrast between blue and orange here.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Very horizontal work, which creates a very strong dynamic with the pincers. I'm gonna bring it closer. It's almost cinematic. This is something that I learned to do some really horizontal works and have a really strong movement in them. So that was the last one. Oreo with pincers, number 18. I hope you guys enjoyed this little exhibition, this virtual exhibition. Now I'm almost getting attacked by a wasp. She wants to be, or he wants to be on Instagram and Facebook.
And I think as a final, if anyone would like to see one of the individual works again,
Yeah, I can show them again. Just tell me which number or which bird. So if any of this interests you, just message me. I'm sure we can work out the deal. I've accepted almost every offer until now. And I will continue with the basement sale because I have other works. This was the bird series, but then I have other paintings, portraits, works on paper, and I'm going to present them in the course of the next weeks. Because I just prefer to have them, hanging at people's homes and then sitting in my basement uselessly. So thanks a lot for watching. Thank you, Patrick. I don't know if you have anything to add or.
Well, I think you should say that the minute that the broadcast is over, I'm sure you'll email your list, but you can still see the video on Facebook. You can see it on YouTube. It'll live there after the fact, and then also I assume you save it to IGTV, right? And then it'll be there as well.
Yes, on every platform you can see the video again. So if you want to see the works, also I can send you individual images if you want to see the works better, because sometimes with the lighting it's not so good. So yeah, just get in touch and I'll send you some images or talk about shipping, framing. Pretty easy to work with. That's pretty much all we do right now because it's so overwhelming, all these works that I rediscovered. But at the same time, they're nice and I love them and I want to share them with people. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope you have a pleasant evening. And I will continue this. And thanks for following me. All right. Bye. Much love.
Thanks, Matthew.